And you cannot take life advice from a cranky squirrel. Hi, loves. Take a breath with me. Place your hand right here. Feel that steady rhythm. That's your reminder. One heartbeat, one vessel, one life in motion. Now that we're grounded, welcome. This is Amy's View Unscripted. I'm Amy. My friends call me Amy, and you can too. Now, let's talk about this lovely life in motion. We don't get a backup model. I mean, sometimes I wish we did. Can you imagine? Just trading in your knees at the Apple store? Yes, I'll take the Knees Pro Max, please, preferably with upgraded cartilage and in a rose gold finish. But we don't. We get this one body, this one self. And here's the thing. It's not like there's mental self over here and physical self over there. They're not separate rooms in the same house. They are the same house, the same heartbeat, the same orchestra. The flute doesn't get to say, well, I'm only mental health, so I don't care if the drum, the physical health, is offbeat. No, the whole rhythm shifts if the drum is out of sync. One symphony. And actually, this is a fun one to think about. Drop it in the comments or just think about it right now. What instrument would you be in your own orchestra of self? Would you be a flute? Light, playful, uplifting, your little spark of joy in the room? Maybe you'd be a tuba. Big-hearted, generous, grounding. You bring presence and fullness that everyone feels. Maybe you'd be the drums. Rhythmic, energetic, reliable. You set the pace and wake people up when needed. Or maybe you're a piano. Versatile, complex, multi-layered. You can play any role. Leader, supporter, storyteller. Personally, I'd be a violin. Expressive, emotional, timeless, strong but graceful, can be elegant and simultaneously powerful, the one that carries the melody through, even when everything else gets too noisy. So think about it. What instrument would you be and why? Just yesterday, I was talking with someone close to me about this very thing. We said, you need to be mentally well to be physically well, and you need to be physically well to be mentally well. Now let's pause, because I know how this could sound. Does that mean if you have anxiety or depression or grief, you can't be physically healthy? Absolutely not. That would be a wild insinuation. What it does mean is we need to find balance. If we ignore one side of ourselves, mind or body, long enough, the other side will eventually raise its hand and say, "Excuse me, I'm being neglected." I think about those weeks where stress steals my sleep. I'll be lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, brain racing, and the next day my body feels like it's carrying bricks. That's my mind borrowing my body's megaphone. And then there's the flip side. Those stretches where I don't move much, maybe I've eaten takeout 3 nights in a row, and suddenly my mood just tanks. That's my body sending a push notification to my mind. One vessel, one home, one whole self that deserves tending. Which side of yourself have you been tending to more lately? Your mind or your body? And which side feels like it's quietly been asking for more love? The mind and the body are in constant conversation. Think of them as two best friends passing notes back and forth during class. Sometimes supportive, sometimes dramatic, sometimes hard to read. Let's break that down to what that actually looks like. When the mind drives the body, stress leads to fatigue. We all know stress doesn't just stay in our heads. It leaks into our bodies. Cortisol floods your system like an overbearing manager who doesn't know how to clock out. At first, it keeps you wired. saying, go, go, go. But then it crashes you. Suddenly you're exhausted, but your brain just won't shut off. That's why after a stressful week, you collapse on the couch like you just ran a marathon, even if all you did was sit at a desk. Reflection for you. When was the last time you felt that wired and tired crash? Did your body give you a bigger signal than your mind wanted to admit to? You know that feeling in your stomach of having butterflies, or bats as I used to call them? That's not poetic, that's science. Your gut is lined with neurons. They call it the second brain. Anxiety doesn't just flutter in your chest, it literally changes how your stomach and intestines move food. It's why some people lose their appetite when anxious, while others can't stop snacking. The gut is in on the drama. And my gut? Oh, she has opinions. Some days I swear she is the drama. I think she's keeping her own little diary. And let me tell you, she does not hold back. Sometimes it feels like she can be pretty judgy, but I'll tell you something. She's never been wrong. Can you think of a time where your stomach told the truth about your anxiety before your mind could admit to it? You know that saying, hindsight is 2020? Maybe that's a way of our own gut telling us, I told you so, after the fact, after the red flags had all been ignored. But that feels like something we'll eventually dive deeper into. Depression is tied to immunity. Low mood doesn't just weigh on your thoughts, it slows down your body's defense system. Studies show people with depression heal from wounds more slowly, catch colds more easily, and carry higher levels of inflammation. Depression isn't all in your head, it's in your whole system. If you've ever been in a low season, did your body feel heavier too? That's not weakness. That's your whole self asking for gentleness. Here's a wild stat. About 95% of serotonin, the feel-good chemical, is produced in the gut. Not the brain, but in the belly. Which means what you eat, how your digestion is working, even your gut bacteria, all of that is directly linked to your mood. No wonder when we live on fast food, we feel foggy. I'll touch a little more on nutrition later on, but trust me when I say there is no judgment here. It's just all about balance. Sleep ties right into focus. One night of poor sleep can impair your brain as much as being legally tipsy. That's not just grogginess. That's your prefrontal cortex, the decision-making center, dimming the lights. Which explains why everything feels harder after bad sleep. Your patience, your memory, your creativity, all offline. And I don't know about you, but when I'm sleep deprived, it feels like my brain is running on Windows 95. Slow, glitchy, and one wrong click, we risk total shutdown. Hormones tied to emotions. Hormones are like the hidden DJ at the party, controlling the mood with every track. Cortisol spikes crank up irritability. Estrogen dips can bring waves of sadness. Progesterone changes can stir anxiety. None of this makes you too much. It makes you human. When your emotions turn up the volume, maybe it's not you being too much. Maybe it's your body taking over as DJ for the day. Movement is tied to clarity. Even a 10-minute walk changes your brain chemistry. Exercise increases dopamine and BDNF. Think of it as a Miracle-Gro protein for your brain cells. Movement isn't punishment, it's medicine. And it doesn't have to be a gym membership. Stretching, walking, dancing in the kitchen all count. Some of my best ideas show up mid-walk, not mid-work. It's like my brain says, oh, you're moving? Okay, fine, I'll talk. What kind of movement clears your head best? Walking, stretching, dancing, something else. It's not mind or body. It's one system in dialogue. Your job isn't to silence one voice, it's to learn how to listen to both. Okay, so the mind and body are constantly DJing each other's moods. But what's running the sound system? Your nervous system. And if the system's glitching, it doesn't matter how good the playlist is, it'll still sound like static. Which means sometimes we need to learn how to reset the soundboard. Let's look at a few simple ways to do just that. First on the list is breath work. Your breath is the remote control for your nervous system. When you exhale slowly, you send a signal through the vagus nerve that says, "We're safe." That one message flips your body out of flight or fight and into rest and digest. Try it with me. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. And look, you didn't even need yoga pants or a meditation retreat. Just lungs. You already came prepared. Next time you feel overwhelmed, can you pause and use your breath as a reset button? Next on the list is cold water or cold exposure. This one's a struggle for me, even though I know how good it is for you. Cold water sounds dramatic, but it doesn't have to be. Splash your face or let the shower run cool for just 30 seconds. This triggers your dive reflex. Your heart rate slows, your blood flow shifts, and your nervous system calms. Now, I admire my cold plungers out there, but personally, I just do the face splashing or the shower thing. Think of it like throwing water on your internal drama queen. Like, okay, fine, we're done panicking now. Can you get the hot water back on, please? Are you a cold plunger? Would you be willing to try a 30-second cool rinse the next time you feel your stress ramping up? Next is one of my personal favorite pastimes, humming and singing. The vagus nerve runs right through your vocal cords. When you hum or sing, you vibrate that nerve, literally massaging calm into your system. This is why people sing in the shower or hum when they're nervous. Try it. Hum one note, any note. Feel that buzz in your throat and chest? That's your body soothing itself. And the next time someone hears you humming in line at the grocery store, if they give you a weird look, just tell them, "Oh, I'm not being weird. I'm just regulating my nervous system." And see what they do with that one. I mean, they already think you're weird, so you might as well just level it up. Is there a song that always makes you feel grounded? And can you use it as a nervous system tool this week? Laughter. Another one of my favorite things to do. Laughter is one of nature's original regulation tools. It drops cortisol, boosts endorphins, and physically shakes tension out of the body. That's why we feel lighter after a good laugh, even if our problems don't magically disappear. And yes, that means your favorite silly TikToks or dad jokes actually count as nervous system care. Science says so. Who or what always makes you laugh? And how can you invite more of that medicine into your week? So here's the truth. You don't need expensive gear or hours of free time or a trip to Bali to regulate your nervous system. Although if there's a prescription for that, I'm hitting up my doctor. But really, you already have the tools. Breath, water, voice, laughter. These are everyday acts of self-love. They tell your whole system, you're safe, you're okay, you can settle now. Next is where self-love becomes practical. Because knowing mind and body are connected is one thing, but actually tending to them is another. So let's break it down into practices for your mind, your body, and for the bridge that ties them together. For the mind, we can start with journaling. Not the pretty kind you see on Pinterest, although I have my Pinterest very carefully curated, so no shame to Pinterest in the slightest. I'm talking messy pages. The kind where you spill your thoughts like dumping out a junk drawer. The act of writing literally moves tangled thoughts out of your head and into order on the page. If you opened your journal right now, would it read like poetry or like chaos? Spoiler, I do both, and both are totally valid. Next on the list is conversations and or therapy. Sometimes the bravest self-love is admitting you can't untangle it alone. Talking to a therapist, coach, or even a safe friend can reframe everything. Our brains need mirrors, and other people can reflect back things we sometimes can't see. The next is affirmations. The key here, make them believable. Don't tell yourself, I am perfect sunshine, if you feel like a rain cloud. Try, I'm learning to trust myself. It's kinder and it sticks. Because let's be real, I'm all about powerful affirmations, but some days they can just be too much. Like if I write, I radiate golden stardust with every step, my brain goes, okay, but like, can we just drink some water today? Next is playfulness. Yes, play is mental care. Give your inner critic a ridiculous voice. Mine sounds like a cranky squirrel, and you cannot take life advice from a cranky squirrel. What is one playful or creative thing that you used to do that you could bring back? Just for joy, not for productivity. For the body. First on the list is sleep hygiene. Sleep is the ultimate act of body love. Your brain literally washes itself while you sleep. There's a fluid called cerebrospinal fluid that clears toxins like a nightly rinse cycle. Cool room, dim lights, and for the love of your sanity, no doom scrolling at 1 a.m. What's one tiny thing you can change tonight to help yourself rest better? Next on the list, we have nutrition. Not perfection, not shame, just curiosity. How does this food make me feel afterwards? Fueled or foggy? Food is information. It speaks to your body, and your body speaks back. Trigger warning. Though I did suffer with an ED in high school, so make sure you embrace balance. Eat food that makes you feel good, but also eat food that makes you feel good. Next is movement. Not punishment, not calorie math. Movement is medicine. A 10-minute dance party in your kitchen floods your system with dopamine. A walk outside shifts brain chemistry. Stretching tells your muscles, I haven't forgotten you. And yes, running through Costco counts as cardio. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And then we foster the conversation between the two, mind and body. These are the practices that don't help just one side of you, they integrate the whole. We touched on breathwork, but I'm going to touch on it again because it is so important. Breath links the physical body with your mental state. That slow exhale not only calms the mind, but it lowers your heart rate. It's like a direct hotline between brain and body. You can do yoga or Tai Chi, movement as meditation, flowing sequences where the body leads and the mind follows. Walking meditations. Take your mind for a walk with your body. It's simple, grounding, and works just as well as thinking yourself calm on a couch. This one's important. Rest as ritual. Yes, naps count. Baths count. Stillness counts. Rest is not laziness. It's literally nervous system repair. Science shows that even a 20-minute nap can improve memory function and resets your focus. So few of us give ourselves permission for this ritual, but it is so important. So the next time someone interrupts your nap, just say, "Excuse me, I'm optimizing hippocampal efficiency." Maybe I'll try yelling that to Siri on Saturday morning to snooze my alarm. Which bridging practice feels most accessible for you this week? Write it down and treat it as a date with yourself. These aren't chores, they're invitations. Every practice is an act of self-love, telling your mind and body you are worth my care. And it's not about perfection. It's never about perfection. It's about attention. You can eat kale and still need medication. You can meditate daily and still need more sleep. You can run marathons and still need therapy. Think of yourself as a garden. Some days you need water. Some days you need sun. Some days you need rest. You wouldn't scold a flower for wilting. You'd adjust the care. And here's the thing. Flowers don't blame themselves for needing water. They don't apologize for leaning towards the light. They just exist, and they take what they need when it's offered. That's balance. That's the model. Where have you been too hard on yourself lately? Where could you meet yourself with curiosity instead of criticism? Self-love ripples outward. When you care for your whole self, you speak kinder, you show up steadier, are more resilient, and bring more presence. And self-care is going communal. Retreats, group meditations, self-care dates with friends, and yes, solo dating too. Solo dating is so important for so many reasons. A little less communal, but no less important. You deserve to take yourself out. Show yourself off. Honestly, that's how I learned to be comfortable with my own voice. You have to learn how to enjoy your own company. And trust, you deserve it. Order dessert for yourself. When the waiter asks you if you're celebrating anything, say yes. Me. Picture someone who benefits when you're rested and whole. Hold them in your mind. Hand back on your heart. One last deep breath together. We don't have a mental self and a physical self. We have one self, one heartbeat, one life in motion. So tend to your mind, tend to your body, tend to the bridge that connects them. Every part of you is worthy of that love. And when you do, you don't just heal yourself. You light the way for everyone you touch. One self, one heartbeat, one life in motion. If this message resonated with you, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Not just because it helps this channel, and I'd love to hear from you, but because we all need reminders to take care of ourselves fully and with intention, so that we can show up as the best version of ourselves. Not just for us, but for the ones we love and for the world we share. I'll see you so soon, loves. Bye for now.